Namaskara and welcome back to Ramayana, Universal Compass. Today we explore why the Valmiki Ramayana remains an eternal universal compass for all ages, the bygone, the current and the forthcoming. As we dive into the annotations of chapter 95 and beyond, we unveil profound literary and geopolitical devices that completely redefine our understanding of sovereignty and governance. Consider first how Śrī Rāma conducts a deliberate re-territorialization of the wilderness for Śrī Sītā. By intentionally renaming the wild features of Chitrākūṭa with the familiar names of their lost home, the landscape changes. He compares the wild, rushing Mandakini to the urban, civilized Sarayu. He frames the local forest animals not as wild beasts, but as loyal, gentle citizens. In doing so, Vālmīki mirrors what Western literature would centuries later identify the Shakespearean forest of Arden trope. The wild, uncorrupted wilderness becomes far more royal, far more truly civilized than the politically contaminated court of Ayodhya. Simultaneously, look at the ascetics. Vālmīki describes them standing frozen on one leg, Ekapada, with arms upraised in Urdhvabahu, locked in deep Suryopasana. They serve as what T.S. Eliot famously termed the still point of the turning world. Amidst the raging political storms, dynastic shifts, and emotional chaos of the Ikshvaku dynasty, these frozen sages represent an unchanging, unmoving anchor of devotion. Yet, beneath this poetic serenity lies what I call a paradoxical surgery of the soul. Why does Rama intentionally saturate Sita's mind with the idyllic poetic bliss of the Mandakini? Why does he describe it as a terrestrial mirror to the celestial parks of Alakapuri, evoking imagery akin to Thomas Gray's gems of purest ray serene? The answer is profound. The Lord is building a spiritual reservoir within her soul. It is the absolute calm before the ultimate storm, a Miltonic savoring of paradise, precisely engineered to immunize her consciousness against the grueling nomadic trials that the wheel of fate is about to demand. But the intellectual peak of this volume stands as a monumental correction to those who falsely believe that modern economics and political science are exclusive products of the Western Enlightenment. Chapter 100 of the Ayodhya Kanda, widely known as the Sarga, predates the political treatises of Europe by millennia, outlining the world's first comprehensive manifesto for ethical leadership. This profound geopolitical discourse is framed not by cold bureaucratic detachment but by a heart-wrenching visual shock. The raw, ascetic reality to exile suddenly confronts the arriving imperial administration. Vālmīki opens this historic chapter with a striking heavy image. Jatilam chiravasanam pranjalim patitam bhuvi. Dadascha Ramo yugante bhaskaram yatha. Rama beheld his brother Bharata, matted-haired, clad in bark garments, hands folded in supplication, fallen upon the earth, hard to gaze upon, like the sun at the end of an epoch. From this state of profound grief and broken majesty, the great administrative audit begins. Join me in our next segment as we dissect the rigorous, timeless governance questions Śrī Rāma poses to his brother, proving that true statecraft is eternal. Thanking you for listening. If you find this cross-cultural analysis valuable, please subscribe to the Soul Manthan. Leave your thoughts below and share this video. Until next time, thank you. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu.